The worst racist advertisement in the world, and it will even shock you.
Oh my gosh, this is the sort of stuff I absolutely hate. I've just realized what's happened here.
It makes more and more sense for me to just build companies that I own.
Wow. Feastables, guys, I don't know if you've tried it, but it's probably some of the worst tasting chocolate in the world, and the fact that he can still turn it into a profitable business goes to the power of brand.
Marketing has changed. It's no longer enough to just have a logo or to have a subpar brand.
This is a really, really good point to bring up. A product, often they buy the person behind it. So a really good example is...
Welcome to the Disruptionist, where the status quo has no seat at the table. I'm Jess Singh, and this is your invitation to join the movement of game-changing, boundary-pushing strategies that will take your marketing, branding, and customer journey to the next level. Let's get disruptive.
It's that time again, everyone. Time for some reaction videos. Let's see what we've got in store for us today.
The worst racist advertisement in the world, and it will even shock you. In 2003, Thais discovered on their television this strange advertisement where a young girl is crying because her balloon flew away and got stuck on a huge pylon. Witnessing the scene, a black young man passing by decides to climb up and retrieve the little girl's balloon. However, just as he is about to return the balloon, the girl's mother arrives, and due to the man's skin color, she becomes scared and immediately takes her daughter out of reach. Heartbroken, the young man goes back home with the balloon and puts it with the others, implying...
Oh my gosh, this is the sort of stuff I absolutely hate. I've just realized what's happened here. This is the stuff that my kids watch and I absolutely hate it. I don't know what's going on. Is this actually a piece of real advertising, or is this just content that's a bit controversial that's trying to get our attention? Look, I am hoping that this is just fake content that has been created to get reactions out of us because, yeah, this is breaking a lot of rules. I'm just going into crisis mode. I used to spend a lot of time working in public relations and corporate crisis communications, and I would be on the phone immediately saying, take this down. It is terrible. You are doing more damage. I don't see any good coming out of this. So yeah, I hate this kind of content.
The ad takes a rather bizarre turn as we see the man lying down on a toothbrush. Ultimately, we understand that it is an advertisement for black toothpaste, and the message of the spot is that appearances can be deceiving, and that even though it may not seem like it, the toothpaste is very effective. This terrible advertisement was banned after a few months, but despite that, it was enough to skyrocket the product's popularity.
Wow, super controversial. I mean, I would never have linked any of that original content back to a toothpaste. Oh, this just makes me feel terrible. It's awful. I don't want to have anything to do with the brand. I don't know how it's actually turned into sales if this is true and this is not just a piece of viral content, which I kind of was suspecting it might be. Yeah, show me the facts, show me the data. I don't believe them. One of the core things that I ended up learning about university was the role of sex, shock, and a few other things like that in marketing and advertising. So that just kind of reminds me of the fact that there's still a place for it, but it has to be done correctly. So here, I think there's a little element of trying to shock the audience, but it's been done in a really distasteful way. And I don't mean any pun intended for the fact that it's something that you put in your mouth, but I think the principles are still traditional, but they just executed really, really poorly. Next reaction video, let's see if I like this one or not.
Hi guys, I'm just jumping in quickly to stop you there. I just wanted to remind you, if you're a small business owner or you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to gain some clarity or strategies around your marketing, branding, the way in which you can work with customers, you can contact me by checking out the information below. I'm here to support you to start making some really positive disruptions to the industry that you work in and for you and your business. Right back to the episode.
This was a huge marketing fail. Fiji Water once ran a campaign that said, the label says Fiji because it's not bottled in Cleveland. Fiji Water, if you don't know, is considered high-end bottled water. Anyway, the city of Cleveland was offended by this, so they did some tests. They compared the tap water in Cleveland to water from a bottle of Fiji water. I think you already know what I'm going to say. Cleveland tap water was found to be cleaner, tastier, and thousands of times less expensive than Fiji. Fiji water had 6.3 micrograms of arsenic per liter. Cleveland had none. Cleveland tap water won on taste tests, and actually it turns out bottled water is in many ways less regulated than tap water, but we drink it because of the convenience and because of marketing, but not in this case with Fiji, because
guys, this is huge. Oh my gosh, this is so much of a marketing fail, and it shows you what can happen if you don't really think through all of the different ways in which, you know, what you're saying is coming across. So I'm a little bit just taken aback. I promise you, the person that would have come up with this concept was not thinking about these kind of repercussions. I think this is where picking and choosing who you work with in terms of your marketing and branding becomes super important. One of the things that I love to talk to my customers about is the thing that makes me different is I've worked in marketing and branding in almost every aspect. So the fact that I've worked in PR and crisis communications, it gives me the sort of sense to go, you're about to get yourself into some real big trouble here. And maybe this is the type of thing that you should avoid. And not every business owner is going to be able to do this on your own. This is why you do employ the right kind of people. You want to make sure they're quite strategic and that they think of almost every possibility, because this is shocking. Oh, this would have done so much brand damage. I'm surprised that I have not heard of it. But yeah, guys, to say it was a fail is an understatement. So we're about to do another reaction video here. I feel like I've seen this face a few times. So I wonder what he's got to say this time.
I love when ads interrupt what you expect. And this recent photo shoot from Joe and the Juice does exactly that. They announced new smoothies just dropped and reinforced this with a literal interpretation. Smoothies dropped on the floor or fallen over in your car. Cardinal rule of food photography is to make the products look appetizing, well shot, and frankly, almost nothing like the real thing. But this is what we have come to expect. So when a brand has a little fun and does the unexpected, they do a great job in capturing attention.
So this is really cool because it works particularly like in the social sense. I love the fact that it's cheeky, it's fun, it's playful. I don't actually know this brand very well, so I don't know how much this is in line with its true core values, like what it stands for. But if it's a bit playful, this is the perfect execution, and it shows you actually what happens when you use the right channel for the strategy that you're trying to execute as well. So I can't even remember what the name of the brand is, something to do with Joe's Juice, I think. Good job, guys. Loving it. And maybe I'll look into you guys now that I've seen you for the first time. Guys, I don't know what this one's going to be, but I think I recognize this person. So let's see what he's got to say.
I don't have to do brand deals anymore. I don't like having to promote other companies.
And there's Feastables everywhere. Is this a chocolate company with a YouTube channel? Do you know what I mean? Like, is this? Are we at it?
Or is this a YouTube channel? You finally figured it out. For me to get paid a fair price on that video, for a lot of people that advertise on YouTube, it's like literally half their entire yearly spend on YouTube would have to go to me for one video. You know, this is 200 million views. It's double the Super Bowl. It is what it is. And so it makes more and more sense for me to just build companies that I own because if I promote something that it converts and it actually leads to real sales. And so ideally one day.
This is incredible. Like, we knew this man was a marketing genius, but if you have not seen this, pay attention to what's going on here. He is saying that he's a brand now himself. He's got more power than any other person that could potentially offer him a deal. So this is a guy that you really need to pay attention to. Come and have a chat to me. I'm looking into it a little bit more. He is definitely one that we need to keep on our radar. I'm loving what he's doing, and he is not wrong. He is now leveraging his brand so much that anything he puts his name to that he creates from scratch is going to have a following. It's just going to have momentum. And Feastables, guys, I don't know if you've tried it, but it's probably some of the worst tasting chocolate in the world. And the fact that he can still turn it into a profitable business goes to the power of brand. One last reaction video just to see what I think about this particular person. I don't recognize the name, so let's see what she's all about.
Marketing has changed. It's no longer enough to just have a logo or to have a subpar brand. Good marketing is storytelling. And it's crafting a story and an experience around your brand that people want to buy into. Competition is fierce. And the only way that you're going to be able to separate yourself is by having a story or a feeling that a consumer can buy into that makes them want to be a part of whatever you're selling. Whether it's a service, whether it's a product, we are storytellers. And that is what we specialize in.
So this is a really, really good point to bring up. I'm more recently having a chat with someone that I'm looking at partnering with, and she has basically a video content organization. One of the reasons why I've shortlisted her as someone that I'm looking at partnering with is because she really understands this key concept of storytelling and just how valuable it can be to brands and businesses. People don't end up buying a product. Often they buy the person behind it. So a really good example is a potential customer that I've been having a chat to. She owns a nutrients company, and I had a quick look at the current website that she's creating, and her face is nowhere to be seen. Yet I, as a customer, am more likely to engage with you because of the reason why you've launched this nutrient company, right? So I want to know your story. Why does this matter? What makes you different? Without storytelling, she's not going to have the same kind of growth and, you know, the same sort of conversion as just focusing on something that's a little bit basic and just talks about the fact that it's got this flavor or is made with this ingredient. So very important here. That's the end of this round of reaction videos. There's some really interesting ones in here. I think the Mr. Beast one was probably one of my favorites, but I want to see more from you. What is it that you want to see me react to? Let's find some stuff that's going to get controversial. Get me angry. Have you seen me angry yet? I don't think so. That's your challenge, guys. Over to you.
Thanks for joining me on The Disruptionists. If this episode sparked new ideas or challenged your thinking, I'd love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe to your favorite platform to catch every disruptive insight. For more behind-the-scenes content and to connect with like-minded disruptors, follow me at It's Jess Singh across all social platforms. And remember, stay disruptive.